Welcome to War Room Impeachment, 12 November, year of our Lord 2019, broadcasting live from the Breitbart Embassy on Capitol Hill.
In late October, Steve Bannon, the dark prince of the right, launched his own version of an impeachment war room out of the basement of this Capitol Hill townhouse. And because it's 2019, he turned it into a podcast.
In both Watergate and the Clinton situation is when they started to have public hearings that galvanized the nation and became much-watched TV.
Bannon used to have an office in the West Wing. Now, once and sometimes twice a day, the man who vaulted Trump into the White House plots to keep him there, with a little help from a motley cast of Trump loyalists.
We're now joined by America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani. Mayor, thank you for being back here on War Room Impeachment.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back. How are you?
Sir, it's great. Listen.
It won't surprise you to learn that Bannon thinks Republicans are soft and that it's time to take the gloves off.
Do you believe that the Republicans are prepped? Do you think they're prepared? Do you think they're ready to do a cross-examination so that the nation can see the issues that you're talking about?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I would like to cross-examine George Kent.
He is, however, very impressed by the leader of the opposition party.
You praise Speaker Pelosi frequently on this show,
yeah,
and you don't really praise Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy very frequently. Do you think he's doing a good job defending the president?
First off, you cannot compare Nancy Pelosi with McCarthy. I mean, Nancy Pelosi...
Why not? They're both the leaders of their
parties. Well, I
parties.
disagree with her ideologically, but I think she's a master politician.
What makes her good?
Well, I think, number one, she's very focused. And the first time we had a dinner in the White House, the president was there and we had all the leaders. And you could tell at the time, I told people, her mind was spinning at the time of how she was going to take back the leadership, win the House of Representatives, and eventually impeach Donald Trump. I mean,
You thought that at the beginning of the administration?
The reality is that she's a master political strategist, and she has driven this. She's done a tremendous job for someone who wants to either remove the president or more likely just change the arc of his presidency. McCarthy's got a lot of talents. I just don't put him in the league with Nancy Pelosi.
Other than his new side hustle, Bannon's still Bannon. He rails against neocons and globalists and promotes nationalism and the border wall, all the things that made him a reviled figure on the left. He's also still promoting a debunked conspiracy theory that Russia did not interfere in the 2016 elections.
Where does the president get this idea that Ukraine was involved in the 2016 election interference? Did you talk about that with him when you were at the White House?
No, it's just not something I got into.
The entire intelligence community, though, has said that it was Russia. I mean, where is he
By the way,
this?
hang on for a second. I have seen the intelligence briefings, okay? And you say that. I am not absolutely convinced that that's happened. And you're talking about intelligence.
You're not absolutely convinced that Russia was
absolutely
the
not.
perpetrator?
No, absolutely not.
Who was it then?
That has to be fully developed. I don't have all the information.
That was fully developed.
By the way, it has not been fully developed.
So
I don't think it's been hang on.
That?
It hasn't been fully developed at all. Number one, you have 40 subpoenas issued by the House Intelligence Committee that Rosenstein didn't move on. Why do you think you have Durham's Justice Department investigation? Where's the IG report? How can you sit there and say it's all fully developed? Tell me where that information is. Right? Stop.
They have testified that publicly on Capitol Hill.
Who's testified publicly?
Wray has said this before he was fired. Coates has said this, that it was Russia that was involved with this.
I just asked you a question. You have 40 subpoenas.
This is part of your strategy.
It's not strategy. These
reporters questions.
Because all you do is do a talking point spin by Democrats.
He also doesn't believe there was anything wrong with Trump's call with Ukrainian President Zelensky, the call that started this impeachment saga.
The mentality and intent of the people and their point of view, from Fiona Hill to Ambassador Taylor to Colonel Vindman, all has to be gone through. The intention, their motivations, what they had done before, that's all part of this.
What about the president's motivations and his intentions?
Well, that's what
to investigate.
This lays out the intentions. He had no intention, so it's not an impeachable
You don't think
offense.
he had an intention to investigate a political opponent?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He says that, though.
Okay, absolutely not.
He says that in this call.
Absolutely not.
What do you mean absolutely not?
He didn't. What he was looking to do is look at corruption in the Ukraine. If you go back
he
to where
doesn't mention corruption at all in this transcript,
if you go back,
that's why I was asking you about that earlier, because there's no mention of corruption in here. This is part of the argument that the Republicans are making, but this transcript, this call, he doesn't talk about corruption. He talks solely about the Bidens.
Bannon's not worried about the Senate removing Trump, but he is worried that impeachment will leave lasting scars on the MAGA movement. And that movement is what this war room is here to defend.
You're devoting a lot of your time and energy to this right now. Sometimes you're doing two-a-day broadcasts. President Trump fired you from the White House. Why are you
He did
carrying
not.
his water?
I resigned on August 7th.
He says that he fired you.
He actually, at first, he praised me and what a great job I did. Only later, when we had some crosswords, he said he fired Sloppy Steve like a dirty dog or something. But
So why carry water for him then?
I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been working on this populist national for 10 years.
So President Trump is the vehicle for that?
No,
right now?
President Trump is our leader. I'm a huge believer in his presidency, and I'm even a bigger believer in this populist nationalist movement, and this is all on the line. People that give this glib answer that, oh, the Republicans control the Senate, he's going to get acquitted. Well, they're missing the point. It's going to be a conditional acquittal. A pound of flesh is going to be taken, and I think that's to blunt the arc of the Trump presidency, not the part that the donors like, which is the deconstruction of the administrative state or the judges or the tax cuts. What they don't like is the three other legs of it, which is stop mass illegal immigration, confront China, and bring back manufacturing jobs in the United States. And number three, get out of these endless foreign wars. Those three core elements of the Trump movement and the reason he's president, the establishment doesn't like at all. And I believe that that's the pound of flesh that they're going to take and extract for having an acquittal. So to me, this thing is a dogfight, and you've got to be involved in it every day.